right. Welcome to Rebel Ants Radio. This is the official podcast of the Rebel Ants NFT project. This is like our build-in public podcast showing what our journey is like launching an NFT project, going from 0 to hopefully 10,000 holders. And I am joined today, as always, by my co-host, co-pilot, and co-founder, Miguel. Miguel, Happy New Year. How are you today?
Happy New Year, bro. It's been an exciting couple of days with the holidays.
Yeah. You just working on NFT stuff? Are you working your real job? What have you been up to?
Both. Have some new exciting stuff to talk about.
Oh, I am excited. I see we have one person joining us, so feel free to comment, say hi. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, let us know. But we invite everyone, whether you're watching now or later, to head on over to rebelants.io, where you can mint your very own Rebel Ant for 0.05 ETH. This is your way of supporting the little guys. That's who we are. We are doing this all on our own. We're not backed by anyone. We're not funded or sponsored by anyone. We are here just doing our thing. This is a passion project of ours, and we just want to show everyone how we're doing it and the mistakes we make along the way, the successes we have along the way, which we'll talk about today. Very excited to share our little YouTube pop from earlier in the week. And on the website, you'll get links to everything else. You'll get links to our Instagram, to our shop, and you'll see all the info you need to stay in touch with us. So head on over there, rebelants.io. Rebelants.io/shop is where you can find some merch. We hope you will buy something, support us. And if you were an early minter, you know that you are entitled to a free gift box that will be mailed to you in person. So you have to give us your address so we know who to send it to, what your shirt size is. So head over to rebelants.io/gift and fill out that form. Otherwise, we'll be reaching out to everyone who did give an email address when they minted. So thank you for your early support. This is our way of saying thank you back. Plus, you got a free Rebel Ant airdropped to you as well. And now we are just moving and grooving. We're working our way, trying to get some people to mint, join our community. And a lot of project updates this week. Miguel, what do you want to start with? We actually had a lot of things happen this week.
Yeah, let's start with the Germys.
Yeah, talk about the Germys.
So Germys is the Rebel Ants pets. So I was thinking about something funny, like what's smaller than an ant, and a germ is smaller than an ant. So I was like, well, you know what? Let's make a germ their pets. Why not?
There you go.
So we did that. So we released a couple of them. These are one of ones. They're all hand drawn. They're all going to be unique. It's not going to be generated. It's going to be a collection of 500 of them. So I'm going to draw 500 of them. I think we released how many? I think 3 or 4 of them.
I think 4. The initial 3, the girl.
And the girl, yeah. They're not for sale yet. Actually, I haven't shown the girl yet. Thanks, Kevin, for mentioning the girl.
Coming out tomorrow.
Now the world knows. So I'm gonna draw these every day. I'm gonna force myself to draw about 2 or 3 of them until we get to the 500. I just don't know yet what I want to do. Do we want to put them out for sale? Do we want to gift them? I don't know yet. So we got to see how it goes and what happens.
Yeah. I had mentioned to you that maybe one way to do something with them is looking at that burn and redeem concept that we learned about from Eric Rhodes of Down the Rabbit Hole, where maybe you get a bunch of germs and then you burn them for something. I don't know what, but maybe just as a way to learn a new platform and try and spread our wings a little bit and try something new. So maybe it's a really cheap mint, maybe it's a free mint, and then you get 3. You burn 3 for something, for a free Rebel Ant or whatever it is. I'm not sure, but I like the idea of this burn and redeem and kind of see how we can integrate that into our ecosystem. What were your thoughts when I first mentioned that to you?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a cool idea. I just I don't know yet how we want to do it. You know what I mean? We really got to talk about it and see what we want. I mean, the art is pretty cool. So
yeah, talk to me about the art. What's different in your approach with drawing 500 of these versus when you were drawing the traits for the Rebel Ants?
These are more cartoony like these are more like fun, upbeat. They're supposed to be really funny. So I want people that when they see the art, they laugh. They're like, oh my God, that's funny. Or that looks funny. It's one of those things. So, I mean, I'm hoping that some people saw the pictures that I posted on Twitter and some of the ones that we did on Discord. They're just funny, man. Like, why would an ant have a pet?
Yeah, No, absolutely. They've each got like a cool expression on their face. I told you I love the color palette. Very kind of pastel-y, maybe is the way you would say it.
Yeah.
If that's a thing. And then we posted some of your drawings as YouTube shorts. So that was interesting what happened over the last few days, because we posted 3 of the shorts. The first one got like 10 views, and then the next one got like 1,400 views. So let's hop into the YouTube studio and kind of take a look at what happened with that. So let me share my screen here, and let's change. There we go. Okay. Can you see my YouTube screen?
Yeah.
All right. So looking at our content, these are videos we've posted here. So the first Germy pet short that we put up, it had 10 views. Okay. Not bad. What I would expect. And then the next one we posted on New Year's Eve got 1,434, which is obviously just so many more views than we've had on anything else. That was really surprising. What do you think did that?
I have no idea. I think everybody was just home on YouTube.
Yeah, it could definitely be that. I don't know if it was the timing. I tried to post the next one around the same time, sometime between 2 and 3 o'clock. As you've talked about with TikTok, could it be the music? Could it be the number of hashtags that were in there? Could it be the word draw that was in there? Maybe people are searching for draw and Procreate because they just got iPads for Christmas. Who knows, right? So let's try and replicate that, though. Let's play around and experiment. And if you keep making Germys, I can keep posting them as YouTube shorts, because the next one we posted got 120 views, which is still pretty good. I'm happy with 120, but knowing that we can get to 1,400 was pretty damn cool.
And that happened within like 30 minutes.
Yes, it was a quick pop. It was all within an hour. What was interesting looking through the YouTube Studio analytics here, if you go over to content, you'll see that in the let's go to the last 7 days, almost more than half of our views came from YouTube Shorts. So it's clear that is how we're getting that traction. Now, where this says YouTube advertising, I don't know what that is. You're not advertising on YouTube, are you?
No.
Yeah. So I don't know what that's coming from, but it's interesting nonetheless, because this is the majority of our views over the last 7 days by far is shorts and YouTube advertising. And as a result, we were able to get many more subscribers, right? So we were stuck at 54 subscribers for a while, and now we're at 62. And that all came since that second short that we posted. So that was pretty cool. So I'm constantly checking this app, the YouTube Studio app, just to kind of see our subscriber count and our view count. I've talked to you about how the only way to get to monetization is when you get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, and we are so far from that. But it's fun to play this game of inches and kind of go along. So let me remove that there.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
It is fun to watch. It's fun to follow along. That's the little progress that motivates me. Like, oh, okay, we got 1,400 on one. How do we get to 1,400 or 1,500 or 2,000 on another? So that was exciting. I'm excited to kind of continue to play around with it. So keep pushing out that content to me so I can keep posting it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the concept behind the Germys too was to do that so that, we have some content to post.
Yeah.
People really like that. I think they resonate to that a lot better. I mean, I'm always on TikTok looking at Procreate artists doing stuff. So
yeah, there's lots of yous out there trying to.
It's like a rabbit hole.
Absolutely. Let me take a moment here to share our proof of attendance secret code for today. So our secret code is GERMS. If you head over to rebelants.io/proof and you drop the word GERMS within the 24 hours of this show broadcast, you may earn or win a free Rebel Ant. So the first 3 to do this will get a free Rebel Ant. So head on over to rebelants.io/proof, drop the word GERMS, and let us know. Comment below if you think you're one of the first 3. We only have 2 viewers watching right now, so if each of these 2 people do it, they're guaranteed to win. All right, what is up next for us? You wanted to talk about Average Bob Goldfish giveaway. What's happening with Average Bob, our good friends over at the Average Bob NFT project?
Yeah, so Gavin reached out to me. He said that he wanted to airdrop me a couple of goldfish to give away, which I thought was pretty cool because we did the same. We gave him a couple of ants to drop. So he did drop a couple of goldfish for us. So we really want to talk about that next week. Give it away. Put a secret word and hand those out. I think it'll be pretty cool to see. I don't know if you've seen the artwork for the goldfish. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I wanted to mint one and I missed it. I guess there weren't that many, and maybe just the timing was a little weird. So it is cool artwork. I'm sad that I missed it. So
Yeah,
I know that I can buy it off the floor. You minted 4?
I did, yeah.
Can
Maybe
you
I'll give you one if you behave.
Yeah, send me one. Listen, I will give you my seed phrase so you can just put it right into my wallet, okay? Just drop me that. You can just put it right in there. All right, good. What else are we working on from the project this week? Oh, so let's talk about the marketplace real fast. So we had currently we're using rebelants.io/shop as our merchandise, and that's hosted on Bonfire, right? So you and Gina worked on putting items up there, whether it's shirts or notebooks or hats, whatever it is. And you had shared that Bonfire takes a ton of the profit of the money that comes from any sale, right? So we have our current website, rebelants.io, is hosted on Webflow, and Webflow has an e-commerce option. And so after us going back and forth and just kind of saying, how can we take control of our merch? And what if we want to post other things like candles or, who knows what else we come up with? So we upgraded the rebelants.io plan to the e-commerce plan, which is about $350 for the year. And this gives us options to sell things. So they take 2% transaction fee. And then I learned that Stripe is the payment provider and they take a percentage as well. So there's like 2.9%. So it's about 5% that comes off, but still better than 80% from Bonfire. So what I also learned in watching a bunch of YouTube videos about e-commerce on Webflow was that you get 500 items in your e-commerce store. So those 500 items sound like a lot, but it actually goes pretty quickly when you think about each variant of an item counts as one item. So if you say, hey, I have 5 shirts and they each have 5 sizes, extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, is that 5? And then each of those has 5 colors. Now you're doing multiples of 5 shirts by 5 sizes by 5 colors. And now you start to take up that 500 pretty quick. So I think we just need to be mindful of that as we're posting things, right? So let's be mindful about what items we're going to post for sale. And if this platform doesn't work for us, then maybe we move to Shopify or something else that can handle more items for us. But I've been wanting to grow my Webflow skills from the e-commerce side, and what better way to do that than with our own project. So let's see if we can do it ourselves, and we'll just see how it goes, right? So we paid for the year, and if we outgrow it in a year, then that's a great thing. So let's see what we can get up and running with that. I'll work on that within the next couple of weeks. And then I just need some product pictures from you and Gina, so we have something to put up there. So let's focus on that, and it'll be really a good learning opportunity for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody has any ideas out there, just send them our way so that we can look at it and see what's the best thing that we can do for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Comment in the comments below. Drop a comment below and let us know if there's certain merch that you think would be cool around our Rebel Ants brand, with the ants, with the A, with the logo, with whatever. Interested to hear what people are into.
Or reach out to us on Discord or Twitter DMs.
Definitely. All right, let's talk about some news. And we've got a few things on our list. So what's top of your mind?
I don't know if you saw the Bored Ape Yacht Club released their short film. It was a couple of seconds, but it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it was about 90 seconds. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, as someone who may be a little more invested in the Bored Ape Yacht Club success than others, what was your take on that? Was that inspiring to you? Was it encouraging to you? How did you feel?
I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I thought they could have done better, but it looked pretty cool. For a beginning project, I guess. Yeah. It's called The Trial of Jimmy the Monkey.
Yeah, they've been teasing this for a while. When you say they could have done better, what do you mean? The animation, the story, the amount that they're... Oh, the animation, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that they decided to go with like a different look for the animation. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I have different opinions of what the animation should look like for them, but that's their project. So
is this shots fired at Bored Ape Yacht Club? Do we need to clip this?
Shots fired.
Maybe they need you as their animator and illustrator.
They probably need to hire me. I'm here. Let's do this. Bored Ape.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if they knew who we were, that would be a big plus for us. So keep us posted. You probably have more insider information on the BAYC than others. So keep us posted. Let us know what's going on with the trial of Jimmy. I wanted to update you on the Trump digital trading cards that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. So let me share my screen again. And
Don't tell me it was a rug.
Yes. It might have been a rug. That's all I'm going to say. Let's head over to OpenSea. Can you see my screen here?
I see it.
All right. So Trump digital trading cards. Let's look at the last
Super
7
T?
days. Super T. This guy is out of control. Collect Trump cards. Okay. So in the last 7 days, the floor has dropped 14%. Sales have dropped 66%, and volume has dropped 71%.
Wow.
So what do you think? Do you think everyone's holding on to it and they've all got diamond hands, or do you think this was a major flop?
No, people are just stupid. They're holding on to it.
You think so? You think that's why sales are down and transactions down?
They're holding on.
Well, the floor is down. I mean, he's still making money on all the secondaries because it's 10% creator fee. Of course it is. I mean, 45,000 of these bad boys. So good grief. If you look at how much volume that is, 15,000. So that's like, yeah, 33% unique volume there, which is, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a flop. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of activity, right? If people really wanted it, they would pay a lower floor price than what it has been over the last week. So I don't know. That's my take. Maybe I'm wrong. Trump.
Let us know what you think below.
Yeah, comment below. Was the Trump trading cards a flop, a rug, or we got some diamond hands?
I think Trump rugged everybody.
Trump definitely rugged us.
He's trying to pay for his.
I didn't put any money into it.
He's trying to pay for his new campaign.
Yeah.
He made like $4 million or something like that.
On way more than that now. Yeah, right. In the first week, in the first few days, he made like $4 to $5 million, and now with the secondary sales, he's gone way up. But look, he's figured it out. And one of our predictions from last week was that other celebrities will try and do these things. But I hope that the NFT community will be smarter and not fall for these things where they think they're going to get a meeting with Donald Trump or whoever the celebrity is.
Yeah,
that's Trump, just me.
That's because he sat there and drew all these by himself. He's such an artist.
I know. You can see all the news stories now about the artwork, the watermarks that are on the images and how they're just stolen directly from Amazon listings. It's terrible. It's terrible.
This is what gets me bad about the space, right? Like, I get it. If you're a celebrity, it's fine. Do your own thing. But like, this is for artists. Like, let the artists do their thing. At least that's how I feel about it. I could be wrong. I don't know. I still think Trump is just trying to make money.
He is, and I can't blame him for that. But this feels a little dirty. I think we also both had on our list the Solana. No, not Solana. The story about the DeGods and Utes exiting from Solana and heading over to Polygon and Ethereum. So let me bring that one up real fast.
Yeah, I think they weren't sure where they were going to end up. I think that they were leaning more towards like the Ether side.
Yeah, they've been talking about this, or this has kind of been teased for a few months now. I think going back to October, but it was announced a couple of weeks ago, and it's been covered all over the place. But I think it's still interesting for us to mention that people are leaving Solana, or at least this project's leaving Solana for a number of reasons. One, they've had some outages, they've had some technical issues, they've lost a lot of players on the development side of the project, and Polygon seems to just be faster, right? And Ethereum is more popular, so it makes sense to try and grow your project that way. There was talk about how much money was paid to DeGods and Utes for leaving. Maybe it was $5 million paid to go to Polygon. But yeah, so the collections are two of the busiest in the Solana NFT market, with DeGods commanding a 515 SOL floor, the largest in the ecosystem. And then DeGods also, right? So with those two leaving, that makes up a huge chunk of all of, I think it was nearly 70% of Solana NFT sales volume. So that's a big hit. And I don't know. What do you think? Does this mean people are just going to hop around from chain to chain for whatever they think they can get the highest reward from?
I don't know. I don't know. This is new to me, so I'm not sure. I don't even know how they're even capable of moving this stuff around. They will have to create some sort of bridge, right?
Yeah, they're talking about bridging, but I don't know what that means. I feel like if I have a NFT on a certain chain, then that's where it is. Or are they recreating it somewhere else? I don't know. I'm curious
Then
if
again,
anyone knows how this works. Let us know.
So if they create a bridge, the actual owner will have to move it into whatever. Yeah, I think that's how it should work. I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see. They're saying late Q1 will be the time for that. And I guess we'll see. I'm sure there will be some technical challenges along the way. And you can tune in here to Rebel Ants Radio to stay abreast of all the news happening with the bridging activity. What else did you have in the news, Miguel?
I don't know if you've heard of Deadfellas, but they're getting a lot of buzz lately. A lot. So I think that project is going to do really good, really well.
Have
you seen any of them or no?
Yeah, they've been around for a while. So let's pull them up on.
Yeah, they've been around for almost a year. No, more than a year now.
Let's see. Their floor price is 0.83. Let's check out some activity.
They have 6,500 owners. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Let's see. Over the last 7 days, that's pretty big increase. Pretty big increase. Up 40% in sales. Up 83% in volume. So, yeah, a lot of activity happening there. It is cool artwork, and
it is pretty cool. Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure what the utility is behind any of it, but I don't know. More importantly, how's their website?
Is it better than ours?
It's not better than ours. Calm down, but it's cool art.
Nothing's better than ours.
Nothing is better than ours. Ours is and will be the best. We're like the Bret Hart of websites. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
Wow.
That was a wrestling reference for you.
I know.
All right. Yeah, so Deadfellas, let's keep an eye on them. Do you hold any Deadfellas? This is not financial advice, of course. But, you know, if anyone holds any, let us know. What's that community like? What are we missing? Should we get in on it?
I just started looking into it, but everywhere I looked this week was all about Deadfellas. It was all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, our news cycle in the NFT world is a little incestuous in that way, right? Where one person picks it up and now other people are talking about it just because someone else was talking about it. Maybe it's not actual news, but maybe in this case it is. So let's follow along. You know, if you're a holder, comment below. Let us know what's going on in the Deadfellas world. What's making them pop right now? Interested to know.
Yeah, the other thing I heard of this week was NFTs being intertwined with like fast food restaurants. I don't know if you heard anything of it.
No, tell me more. Like McDonald's?
Fast food restaurants, not McDonald's per se, because McDonald's would be like the ultimate goal, right? Probably.
Yeah.
But like the little fast food chains are starting to get into NFTs. They're putting like NFTs on their like cardboard stuff that they put like their fries and stuff in. That's actually pretty cool. I also saw, I think it was maybe yesterday, day before yesterday, some alcohol brands talking about NFTs. So
that's interesting.
That was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we know that Bored Ape, a lot of people have been using the Bored Ape Yacht Club images for beer, right? The Full Send podcast. Those guys do that, right? Yeah. So certainly people using those IP rights to create that branded
well,
beer.
Full Send have their own liquor. They have like their own seltzer or something like that.
Yeah, I thought they made a banana beer also. Let's see, banana beer, Full Send.
I'm not sure. I mean, those guys are pretty cool. I listen to their podcasts all the time.
Yeah, they know what's up. They have been
they've been around for a while. Yeah,
they've been around for a while. They had they had that really great interview with the two founders of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which they don't do many interviews, so it was cool that they had so much time with them.
Yeah, they had Elon on their thing.
Yeah, that's right.
They had a whole bunch of like some really cool people on their podcast.
Yeah. One of the last stories I want to share with you that I saw was about Fidelity. So financial giant Fidelity files trademarks for crypto, NFT, and metaverse products. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw this.
They're not going to get into this if there's no money in it for them, right? So they clearly have faith that there's something going on within the metaverse, that there's a reason for them to get into the metaverse.
Yeah.
And what was I seeing? That they've only recently started holding crypto in as of September 30th, but they have other parts of Fidelity that have been holding crypto for years, but now the main branch is getting into it, right? So, so Fidelity is no stranger to the metaverse. In April, the financial services firm opened a multi-level learning center called the Fidelity Stack in Decentraland. Firm also launched a metaverse exchange traded fund in the same month. So really interesting to see, where they're going with this, right? It's good news that really big players that have a lot of assets that people are counting on have enough faith in the stability of the system that there's a reason to go there. So interested to see where they go with that.
Yeah, I mean, Fidelity controls most of 401ks in the country, right? So it'll be really interesting to see where they go with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But a lot of the big players are doing it. Chase is doing it. American Express
Visa,
is doing
everyone is. Yeah,
everybody. They're all getting into it.
What do you think that? Yeah.
Even though the crypto market is down, like,
right.
But you know why? Because this is their chance to get in.
Exactly. It's calm, right? It's calm now. And so if things are cheaper, it's easier to get in, I'm sure, especially at the volume that they're doing. So every, 2%, 5% that the price is down than it was a year ago or 2 years ago, it's all just free money for them. But I wonder what that point of, the singularity is for them to actually launch these things, or how other people who are not really in the crypto world right now might be pulled into the metaverse and the crypto sphere with Fidelity at the helm of these things. So I'm curious to see, does my dad get involved in this because he has money in Fidelity? Do all the employees at my job, because their 401 is there, do they get into the metaverse somehow? Where does this go? So let's see.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
exciting.
It's more trusted too. I think it'll be good for the space.
Yeah,
I mean, overall,
that's a really
good scheme.
Yeah. I mean, the big players, right? You hear Coinbase, you think, great, that's safe. At some point, you heard FTX, you thought that's safe too. But I think Fidelity is probably one of the more safer names that you can have in this backing this space. So I am excited for that.
Talking about FTX, we have a few more minutes left. Talking about FTX, have you seen what's going on lately with him? Like, he got extradited here to the US.
Yeah.
And then, like 2 days ago, they were talking about that he cashed out on like 600,000 grand. Like, where did he get this money from?
Geez, I didn't see that. I only saw that he had his bail posted, that his bail was $250 million, but only 25 million had to be actually paid up front. And that a lot of the money came from parents, and private investors, anonymous donors. And then he's just like on house arrest. He can do whatever he wants within his house. There's no restrictions on his web surfing or content that he can look at or what he can do. So really makes you wonder, what's he going to accomplish in the next few months while this whole thing is going on.
Yeah, it seems like he made a lot of friends.
Yeah, he definitely did. And I saw a lot of commentary about, is this fair treatment? Would other people be given that same opportunity to kind of have this house arrest with no other restrictions? So it definitely makes you wonder, if the money speaks in this regards too.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'll follow along. Stay tuned to Rebel Ants Radio for the latest updates in the SBF FTX case. All right, Miguel, what else you got for us?
I think we're good. I think that's it for today. We didn't have much content due to the holidays, but next week we'll have a lot more. And hopefully next week we'll have a guest. We'll try to reach out to some people that have reached out to us. We'll kind of take it from there.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you everyone for watching. Again, head over to rebelants.io, mint your Rebel Ant. If you were an early minter, head over to rebelants.io/gift. And if you want to pick up a shirt, a hat, anything else to support us, head over to rebelants.io/shop. And if you want to win a free Rebel Ant from tonight's secret code, head over to rebelants.io/proof and drop in the word germs. And the first 3 to do so within the next 24 hours will win a free Rebel Ant. You can also subscribe to Rebel Ants Radio on your favorite podcast player, whether it's Apple iTunes, Amazon, Google, Overcast, whatever it is. We are there for you. So thank you for listening. We will see you next week back on our regular Sunday schedule. Happy New Year. Happy holidays to everyone. And we look forward to sharing our adventures over the next year with you all. Have a great night. Goodbye, all.
Happy New Year, everybody.